Part 5, the Union. Chapter 1, the Executive, the President and Vice President. Article 52, the President of India. There shall be a President of India. Article 53, Executive Power of the Union. Clause 1, the executive power of the Union shall be vested in the President and shall be exercised by him either directly or through officers subordinate to him in accordance with this Constitution. Clause 2. Without prejudice to the generality of the foregoing provision, the supreme command of the defense forces of the Union shall be vested in the President, and the exercise thereof shall be regulated by law. Clause 3. Nothing in this article shall, subclause A, be deemed to transfer to the President any functions conferred by any existing law on the government of any state or other authority, or subclause B, prevent Parliament from conferring by law function on authorities other than the President. Article 54. Election of President. The President shall be elected by the members of an electoral college consisting of Clause A, the elected members of both houses of Parliament, and Clause B, the elected members of the legislative assemblies of the state. Explanation in this article and in Article 55, state includes the National Capital Territory of Delhi and the Union Territory of Pondicherry. Article 55, manner of election of President. Clause 1. As far as practicable, there shall be uniformity in the scale of representation of the different states at the election of the President. Clause 2. For the purpose of securing such uniformity among the states, inter se as well as parity between the states as a whole and the Union, the number of votes which each elected member of Parliament and of the Legislative Assembly of each state is entitled to cast at such election shall be determined in the following manner. Subclause A. Every elected member of the Legislative Assembly of a state shall have as many votes as there are multiples of 1,000 in the quotient obtained by dividing the population of the state by the total number of the elected members of the assembly. Subclause B. If after taking the said multiples of 1,000, the remainder is not less than 500, then the vote of each member referred in subclause A shall be further increased by 1. Subclause C. Each elected member of either House of Parliament shall have such number of votes as may be obtained by dividing the total number of votes assigned in the members of the Legislative Assembly of the states under subclause A and B by the total number of the elected members of both Houses of Parliament, fractions exceeding one half being counted as one and other fractions being disregarded. Clause 3. The election of the President shall be held in accordance with the system of proportional representation by means of the single transferable vote, and the voting at such election shall be a secret ballot. Shall be by secret ballot. Explanation in this article, the expression population means the population as ascertained at the last preceding census, of which the relevant figures have been published, provided that the reference in this explanation to the last preceding census of which the relevant figures have been published shall, until the relevant figures for the first census taken after the year 2026 have been published, be construed as a reference to the 1971 census. Article 56, term of office President. Clause 1. The President shall hold office for a term of 5 years from the date on which he enters upon his office, provided that Clause A. The President may, by writing under his hand addressed to the Vice President, resign his office. Clause B. The President may, for violation of the Constitution, be removed from office by impeachment in the manner provided in Article 6. Article 61. Subclause C. The President shall, notwithstanding the expiration of his term, continue to hold office until his successor enters upon his office. Clause 2. Any resignation addressed to the Vice President under Clause A of the proviso to Clause 1 shall forthwith for communicated by him to the Speaker of the House of the People.